Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a lovely night after losing an hour, for at least those of you who live in the United States. Today, we will be playing a game called A Covenant of Silence in the Sunken system. For those of you who are not aware, Sunken is a nautical horror game where, spoilers, everybody dies. This specific module will contain terrors such as body horror and spider and insect-like creatures, and draws reference from Alien: Return of Obra Dinn and The Birds. So if this is not your shtick, you are more than welcome to leave. Your safety is more important than our viewer count, so please don't feel obligated to stay, especially if things start getting gross and make you uncomfortable. We do have a content warning in the chat, and if we'll probably mention it several other times throughout the game as needed. But yeah, don't feel pressured to stay. We love you and want you to feel safe. All of the players have gone over their own lines and veils and are aware of the content of this story. Let's quickly go around, say hi, who we're playing, and then we'll get started. Hello, I am Mare. I am playing all the NPCs, and I am known as the Helm of the World, which is a dope-ass title for this system. Let's start on the overlay top left. Lady Dame.
Sorry. Oh, good. We're starting with me. Perfect. Hi, everybody. I am the Lady Dame, or I'm Lady Dame. You can find me at the Lady Dame everywhere. I am playing Amalia Merriweather today. Do you want descriptions? Because I don't know if I'm ready for that. Perfect. But yes, I'm playing the officer on the ship.
Anniek.
Hello, my name is Anniek. I will be playing Antonia Janssen. And she is the ship's navigator. Yeah, we weren't doing descriptions, so I'll shy away as well. Just know that she's, harmless and innocent and adorable.
Yep, and this
Sure.
happens to be played by our horror expert,
I'm so excited!
Mindy.
Hi, I'm Mindy, and I will be playing Lila Newman, cook of the ship. Please stay out of my kitchen.
And last but not least, Eva.
I lost my mute button. Hi, I'm Eva. I will be playing Verity Thomas. That is not her accent, so I don't know why I said that. But her name is Verity Thomas. She is the ship's naturalist. Very excited to be here and excited to be on this grand adventure with everyone. Isn't the ocean wonderful?
And terrifying. We start off the game upon the Rusalka, your ship, as part of the Pursuit. The Pursuit is one of the trading companies part of this world. While traveling, your group came across a ship at sea. And I would like to just take a second to read the prologue. She drifted for months since the audacious Ribolt Fall took her sails and slaughtered her hands, irreparably hobbling itself in the process. The few who survived the pilfering excursion had seen the face of the East Passage Company's most terrible secret and attempted to scuttle the whole damn thing. But she was built too resilient to sink by human hands, even through few divine whispers. Instead, she became a corpse island, a husk still bearing treasures and curses, dreams and nightmares. The company searched for her, but she laid low in dangerous waters, a shadow skittering through a dark sea. Still, destiny has not written its end to the Nicodemus, and she waits to be born again. Your ship, the Rusalka, while traveling throughout the seas, has come across this husk of a ship called the Nicodemus, the crown jewel of the East Passage Company's fleet. The East Passage Company is one of the most well-known fleets upon the seas in terms of power, trade, and money. And yet this ship went missing some time ago, and you all came upon it. Your crew have gone and done a rudimentary inspection of the ship. While the ship itself is worse for wear, many of its goods are intact. What is everyone doing? The captain specifically said that all hands on deck, we will be pilfering this ship and taking the goods for itself. The initial inspection did say that, hey, yeah, there's still good shit on this ship. What is everyone doing? And will you be exploring the ship in any way?
I would like to explore that ship. I'm not necessarily interested in goods. I want to know if they have any navigational charts, because the East Passage Company might have reefs we haven't charted before. They might know of passages where the winds are stronger that would make us faster. I want to see anything that might give us a competitive edge over other ships. I want to dig through their officers' quarters.
Of course. All of you can easily see from your ship, the Rusalka, that the Nicodemus is worse for wear. Its sails are torn and tattered. Every wooden board on the ship is either charred, shattered, or dripping in grime. Throughout the entire deck, there are barnacles raising up from the wood, just like scattered around. And in some places, it does look like there are areas that have been burned through completely as if by acid. Some of the other crew members have already started making their way across the plank and are slowly ferrying goods over. Antonia, the officers' quarters is accessible, and it looks a little ransacked. Either some other people have already been through here, part of your crew, or it was from the raid earlier that probably took down the Nicodemus. But there are many pieces of navigational instruments and fine clothing strewn about. The captain's quarter door is barred shut from the inside.
Rude. I'm gonna need one of our somewhat more physically powerful sailors to break down that door, while I use the fine clothes to wrap the navigational instruments and put them in a bag to bring them back to the Rusalka.
And would you also like to describe what...
They're mine now, and this one is mine now, and this one's coming with me. I already have a better one.
And would you like to describe what you look like, Antonia?
Yes, medium build, fairly slender. Looks like she forgets to eat from time to time, regardless of how wonderful our cook is. Brown hair, blue eyes. Clothing-wise, very practical, nothing fancy. She does always keep most of her hands covered, using fingerless gloves, favoring gray-blue toned clothing. Solid boots. Definitely cannot batter down a door on her own.
What is everyone else doing? Lila, Amalia, Verity?
I would say that Amalia is probably, initially at least, was sort of supervising the other crew members as they made the transfer across. And once it seemed like everybody had something in hand, they would also be on the boat. Again, more of a supervisor position, but keeping an eye out for anything that people are finding. And doing sort of their own initial survey, I suppose. Not looking for anything particular, but looking perhaps for any... looking for different ways to get down, looking for anything that might be locked and ways to get through them, and instructing folks as they sort of go through the ship. Amalia is a tall woman with dark black hair. She sort of favors very practical clothes, slim pants. She doesn't necessarily always look like an officer, but she does tend to dress with she always wears like a button-up shirt. There's a scarf around her neck always, and her hair is worn down and sort of loose and wild. To disguise what I think. Now here's my question for you, Mayor.
Yes.
My condition is visible and not necessarily hidden.
Well,
I mean,
you have a scarf.
I do. I have a scarf and the hair is down, so it's possible that most people haven't seen this.
If it comes up,
Great, perfect.
I'm sure you'll handle it appropriately.
Perfect. Anyway, yeah. The so yeah, the that's what she basically looks like. And so yeah, it's a supervisory thing. But I would say, like I said, I would say she's on this other ship at this point.
One of the other crew members, a young man named Carlisle, comes up to you with someone you don't recognize in tow. It is a young to mid teenage boy, emaciated, terrified look in his eyes. Officer Amalia, we found a survivor in the Nicodemus.
A survivor?
Yes. He won't speak or say anything, but I figured it would be best to let you know before taking him over to the infirmary.
Yes, of course. And I would look over the boy and the survivor. Are there any distinguishing marks on this person? Anything that sort of indicates that is visually something that I would recognize or familiar about them?
Not really. He is a young boy. His hair is very thin. Like I said, he's emaciated. A terrified, wild look in his wide eyes. He seems to be occasionally looking around, eyes falling on basically what you assume is a battle that happened on the ship. Occasionally looking at these weird barnacles stretching up from the deck. And from what you would know, these weird barnacles are throughout the entire ship, too.
Okay. I'm going to crouch down and sort of look him directly in the eye. What's your name, boy?
He says nothing. Just a...
Where did... Are you hungry? Would you like to go with this man to get some food? Do you know how to speak at all? Do you write? Do you know your letters? Would you be able to talk to me once you've had some food in you? No? Can you draw? Okay. Take him to the infirmary, get some food in him.
Yes,
I'll sit
ma'am.
down with him later, and we'll see if we can get pictures, something, anything out of him about what happened here.
Yes, ma'am. And Carlisle herds this young boy away. Verity and Lila.
Do I don't really want to leave my kitchen. Mostly because I don't want anyone in my kitchen. But I do want to go see if this ship has anything by way of less perishable food items. But I am also looking for perhaps food that is no longer good that could be of use. in other ways. But I would prefer to do that as discreetly as possible.
Sure. So you are going over to the other ship to see if there's food, both edible and otherwise.
Yes.
Um,
After looking around and making sure no one is walking towards the kitchen. Yes, I will.
Of course. The ship, as always, is always swaying slightly upon being the open sea. Where are you looking?
So I would imagine that there's a kitchen of some kind, and consequently a pantry of some sort where they might store things. I'm using my knowledge of our ship to try to where I think the most food might be.
Mhm.
And I will try there first.
I will say finding the pantry and the kitchen is easy enough. You are not the first one here. There are a couple other crewmates here, one of which is named Edna, and she waves to you. Lila, there is plenty of food here that's still good. There's a bunch of good
Delightful.
salted and cured meats and some grain that surprisingly hasn't been touched by vermin.
Let's take it then. Let's not waste it. Certainly not going to serve anyone here.
Do you want me to, I know you don't like anyone in your kitchen, but am I okay to put this in the kitchen? On the other ship?
Yes.
Okay. I figured I'd at least ask
Don't.
first.
Don't linger.
Yes, ma'am. And Edna will pick up a crate of food and leave, muttering, "She's scarier than the officer any day."
Question to the DM.
Yes.
Would those of us aboard the Nicodemus have seen or heard traces of vermin scurrying around?
No.
Great. Perfect.
Lila.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the non-perishable items, you do see that there are definitely some spoiled food that is obviously being avoided for obvious reasons.
Sure. Once I have a bit of space and freedom from prying eyes, I would like to collect just, I guess, a few things that have spoiled. Just not very much. You don't need very much.
I think I'll say this will be the first roll of the
Oh
game
God.
to see how
Okay.
discreetly you can do this.
Okay.
Because there are people coming in and out, like, more or less constantly trying to get the food.
Sure.
This was a large ship. So for those of you at home, this game is mechanically played with 3 different sets of colored dice based off your body, the deep, and heavens, which is essentially kind of like divine magic and everything, while deep represents the hold of the ocean upon you. Do you think that there are any traits from your background or occupation that would apply?
So, I don't know. I have things that are related, but I don't know if they're like what I'm tasked with doing. But like, I mean, I know food and poison and hiding.
I will say that food will apply.
Okay.
You're not actively poisoning anyone.
Okay, fine.
And I'll say hiding can
Yet.
apply to this. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So you will roll 2 flesh die,
Okay.
and your fall is at 1, so you will be rolling at minimum 1 fall die. But
Okay.
you always have the option to add more fall die. Up to 4.
And I just need to roll.
It is success is based in degrees. 1 to 3 is
Sure.
failure. 4 and 5 are success with a complication, and 6 is a full success. It is the highest die out of all of them.
I'm just gonna stick to this. It seems maybe unwise to just throw. Actually, uh, mm, yeah, maybe we just like stick to these 3. This seems like
All right.
a good starting place, maybe.
Okay. Tell me.
Uh, so I got a 5 on my fall die, and 2 and a 4 on my flesh.
So,
What does
your
that mean?
a 5 is a success with a complication.
Oh, cool.
But since your highest roll was a 5 on your fall die, your fall increases by 1.
Cool.
And you will get
Great.
another complication, which I will either DM you or tell you depending on which one I choose.
This is going so great already.
So you are able to smother away some not so fresh food, but in the process, your hand brushes up against one of these barnacles that is in the kitchen, and it moves of its own volition.
I'm sorry, what?
Did I stutter?
Nope, you certainly did not. I apologize.
Moves of its own volition and kind of explodes in your general vicinity of what kind of look like spores. And you end up coughing a bit. As- yeah.
Okay, well that's unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, from what I know about, because I do know a thing or two about poison,
Okay.
do I feel any immediate effects? Or is it just like a coughing, like almost like a dust response?
It's more like a dust response. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it's inconvenient.
And I will send you your current your next condition.
God. Okay.
Great idea for a cook.
Okay.
And last but not least, Verity.
Oh, yes. Verity would very much like to go over to the Nicodemus. Carefully, everything, all of her movements are very careful and nothing hasty. She's probably dressed in some sort of breeches and a coat with a lot of buttons, but not like really shiny ones. Like it's a good jacket, but it's seen a lot of use. And she's got a journal with her, one of those nice bound books that has like the leather straps around it to keep it like at her side, and a satchel kind of slung around over her shoulder. She's got she's fairly short. She's got some short brown hair that she's got tied at the nape of her neck, and some glasses, but like the round kind. And she's just sort of curious about everyone, everything. So she would like to very carefully, like if the rowboat or whatever, is it a rowboat that takes? Is it just the ships are next to each other?
The ships are next to each other, and they've lashed them
Gangplank.
together.
Okay.
And there's a plank going from one to the other.
Perfect. But she'd like to be very careful, like if there's ropes or something, like just that little brief bit between ships. She's going to kind of, for her, like big steps, like one ship to the other, as carefully as possible. And then she would just like to. She doesn't really have any purpose. I mean, like, as a naturalist, she's not really expecting to find anything unusual. But she's also kind of nosy, so she would like to just kind of wander. Not too far from where like other members of the crew are, or anything. Not out of earshot or anything. Because it's a random ship. Who knows what you could find? But she'll just poke around indoors and yeah, up and down gangways and decks and nautical terms.
It's okay. I didn't study my nautical terms either. It's fine.
Why would I have reason to?
I don't know. You're just in a. This is your second nautical game within the last 24 hours. I don't know.
It really is.
You, amidst everyone running around trying to either explore and bringing up crates and equipment and goods from the Nicodemus to the Rusalka, a lot of the areas in the ship are inaccessible. Either
Are they though?
they are, some are completely close shut with these weird barnacles that have been growing throughout the entire ship. The very bottom of the deck is, you can smell immediately that the water down there is absolutely, what is the best word to put this?
Rank?
Very rank.
I was also thinking rank.
Yeah, and filled, though not completely, it is filled with water, and it does not smell hygienic nor safe.
Okay, I'm not going into the water. I don't want to touch the water because that smells gross. I don't like that.
It smells acidic.
Yeah, definitely not. Are there barnacles in or like around the water?
Everywhere. And I will say, if you would like to, you are the
would.
only one with the role that would know what these things are.
I would like to, because usually you don't see too many barnacles inside a ship. So Verity's very curious about that, and we'll get to the closed off portions of the ship later because we have found something even more curious.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a flesh, right?
This will be you will roll the amount of dice equal to the flesh traits you think that would be applicable, as well as the number of deep traits that equal to your level of fall. So that should be 1, unless you want to add more. I also know one of your traits says fauna, but we'll say it's fauna and flora.
Yeah, I was wondering which technically barnacles are, but
Barnacles are technically fauna, so you'd
are?
be good.
Oh, good
They
to
are.
good to know.
They're a type
yeah,
of mollusk.
they're a creature,
Oh.
so
Yeah,
good to know.
they're mollusks. They're
Yeah.
fauna.
But yes, thank you for that overarching. Yes, I don't.
And where in the ship are you looking at these barnacles?
I would find a place with pretty good lighting.
Okay, so probably closer up to the top of the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they all look the same, I'm not gonna stick down where there's gross, gross water. In my bag, I would imagine I have some sort of since one of my skills is dissection, I would have like some sort of
Okay.
like a penknife, or I don't, maybe scalpel's a bit far, but like
Sure.
something pointy and sharp and long, and I would like to poke it. So I don't know if that counts as like actual dissection.
I will give it to you.
Okay, cool. So I think that's just 2 flesh and 1 deep.
2
Deep
flesh
dice
and 1
fall
deep.
dice are the same.
What was that?
Fall dice and deep
Yes.
dice are the same, right?
Correct.
Oh lord. Okay. no, that's good. Oh God. Okay.
What did you
I
roll?
think I don't know. I have 2 6s on the flesh, and a 5 on the deep.
That is a full success.
Bless. Oh God.
You know exactly what these are.
Oh no.
And when you realize what they are, absolute terror.
Oh no. What are they?
These are the essential egg sacs of a creature called a hentan. Hentan, you know, are essentially a biological science experiment. Kind of a mix between a pelicanid wasp and dragonfish and whatever its prey is. They are essentially biological warfare weapons. And this ship is infested with egg sacs. As you come to this realization, every single one of you hear a loud crashing from the top deck. There is some scrambled yelling around, and you see some flailing limbs as one of the riggers, Hector, has fallen into one of these masses of barnacles, and these spores and dust is just floating up around him. He is coughing and flailing and trying to get up out of this as these barnacles have just kind of seemed to gently encase around him as he fell in, though not menacingly.
Yeah, no, menacingly. That's. I would is
One of the other crewmates reaches out a hand to him, and
no, leave him. Leave him. We have to go back to the ship. It's probably
it's
too late.
okay.
No,
I
no,
can
no,
help myself. I can get up.
no,
Hold on.
no.
Nope.
Stay there.
Everyone gets off this ship now.
Everyone except him and him.
No, you two stay. Thank you. Amalia, or Verity, do you know what these are?
I would like, before we go through this, I would like either Amalia or Verity to make some kind of persuasion-based task to keep people from, one, helping him up because one of their crewmates just took a fall into the thing, and also just kind of listening to the officer.
Right.
I feel like Amalia would have more authority, but
Sure.
Just a little bit.
I will try to make this roll. I assume discipline might help with this?
Yeah, I'll say discipline helps.
I'm trying to think if there's literally anything else that I have that would work, and I think that's it.
So
okay, so that
one flesh and then minimum one fall. One
right.
deep die, but you can add more if you'd like.
I believe that's one of each.
That
then.
is correct.
Sweet. Okay. Awesome. The flesh dice was a 6 and the deep dive was a 5.
Almost suddenly, everyone just stops at your words, listening to the commanding officer on the ship. They all kind of, and whoever is on the ship essentially freezes and looks at you, Amalia.
What are you waiting for? Off. Back to the Rusalka now.
They scramble.
Except for you two, the ones who got stuck in the spores.
Hector, he doesn't get out of the spores, but he does stand up.
Amalia, what do you know about this? Or sorry, Verity. I'm Amalia.
You're
Verity.
Amalia.
it's there's a lot going on right now. I understand. Do you remember the Hentan experiments? Maybe have you heard about that? Is that a scientific journal thing?
Yes. I've never heard of them. Short, sweet.
Okay. Terrifying, contagious, spores infecting, biological warfare. We're in a lot of trouble.
Lila
It
and
takes
Antonia,
over-
where are you?
I mean, I was waiting for someone to come help me open this door, but apparently something else is happening and I'm not getting through. I assume at some point I hear Amalia yelling about needing to get back to the Rusalka, which, you know, perfectly fair. Not invested, not interested in dying at this particular point in time. I would like to take a few seconds to gather up any religious items I find in this room and put them in my bag as well.
I will say you find religious symbols of Saint Barthas and Saint Roslyn.
I will put those in my bag and I will scramble
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a good bean.
Oh,
I will head back to the Rusalka without touching any people, spores, or barnacles if I can avoid them at any point in time. That's ill. I deal with charts and stars and the weather, not with gross, wet things, despite living on a ship.
and Lila.
I supremely dislike being told what to do, but we have the food that we came for. I have no interest in breathing any more of this nonsense. So I will linger, mostly just to prove a point, as though I am the one making the decision. And then I will return. But before, as I'm leaving, though, I would like to just do a quick sweep and see if there are any cooking instruments that are perhaps something we do not have or would benefit from having an extra. Also, I didn't describe Lila. She's a bit shorter, little stocky. Face is a bit unreadable / scowling 9 times out of 10. Curly, dirty blonde hair, and dark brown eyes. She is wearing an apron. You can see on the apron that one side is like for wiping her hands, and the other is, you would imagine, for drying her hands, because one side looks very clean. It's not, but it looks as though it might be.
Yeah, the kitchen is full of cooking instruments, though a lot of them seem to have begun to rust with just being on the ship in general. You know, salt water
Sure.
and stuff. But there is one butcher's knife that looks oddly in very good shape.
Yes, I'll take that. Speaking of salt water, does it look like there's anything holding any salt water? Just, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be. I mean, not that it's sea water, so I don't really know how.
I would say yeah, probably at some point.
I'm just going to pause and look at it for a long moment. I'm going to give it a little whiff. Does it smell? Does it smell
Acrid?
just like? Yeah. Yes.
No. It smells like the ocean.
I'm gonna go to take a sip.
Tastes like salt water. Oddly quenching to you.
I'm gonna down the rest of it and leave
All right.
with my knife.
Amalia and Verity.
You say this is. Oh,
Hec-
go ahead.
Sorry, Hector and the other crewmates have still frozen, waiting for you to tell them what to do.
You say this is contagious, Verity?
Very.
Any known cure for it?
Biological warfare isn't really curable, usually. No.
Then they're not getting back on the Rusalka.
I'm sorry, what? So you're just gonna leave me here?
You have two options. The way that I see it. You either stay here and wait for the sea to take you, or I help you along.
Can I?
Here's the kinder option.
He kind of like looks dumbfounded, but the other crewmate named Otto, you can't be serious. Like, we don't even know that he's been like 100% infected. It's just a bunch of like dirt.
Oh no, it's in you. I'm sorry. The breathing.
I haven't touched anything. I haven't breathed anything. I was literally just about to help Hector out.
I'm not about to take chances.
Can I
Choose.
at least have some of the food? Maybe wait for another ship.
If that's your choice, fine. We'll leave what
Verity's
we can.
going to turn away, but stand close to Amalia. And in low tones, just sort of, we should probably sink the ship.
Wise choice.
Would Antonia be on deck at this point, or at least I don't know how far from the quarters I was
questions.
pillaging to like the Rusalka I am.
If you did not leave the ship yet, you would probably be on deck at this point.
Okay. Can I just... I know we're not a democracy in any way, shape, or form, but considering the fact that these barnacles and shit are apparently incredibly dangerous and may have ended many lives, can we just kill them now?
What about the barnacles?
Oh, you
Uh,
shouldn't touch them. I
Verity
overheard
says that-
Verity talking.
That they
They're
are
very-
incredibly dangerous and contagious. And these two who have been exposed are no longer welcome on the Rusalka.
I'm just saying we probably shouldn't let them wait for another ship in case another vessel of the pursuit comes by and rescues them. Containment. I just want to walk away really, like, I just want to get to the Rusalka without getting near those two.
Oh yeah, that's easy enough.
This is terribly inconvenient, but I trust that you'll make the right decision. I'm also gonna get back on the Rusalka immediately.
Sure. The Antonia, as you do make your way back over to the Rusalka, you do see some dark shadows out of the corner of your eye. Nothing easily, but you do see dark shadows climbing on the hull of the ships.
Both ships?
Both ships.
Is our captain on our deck?
Yes.
What was his name again? Or her name again? I already...
Her name is Patton. But we're gonna do a quick scene jump.
Lovely.
Cool.
Just a quick question though. What is the final decision on what you are doing with Otto and Hector?
I take care of him.
Okay.
Antonia made a good point about not letting them take over or not letting another ship find them.
Mhm.
I like Verity's suggestion of sinking the ship.
It's kind of end.
Captain Patton did specifically said to wait briefly before sinking the ship.
Yeah.
Um,
But in the meantime,
let
they're taken care of.
them think that they have that they're okay. But in the meantime, the captain does want everyone to take a breather with this news.
Don't recommend breathing, but I guess we can't help it.
I understand, Verity, but I don't think it's worth worrying the rest of the crew right now. So,
Hey,
Verity, is there a way to check for infection?
super good question. I'm really glad you asked.
not really, because it's not. First of all, it's not really an infection. It's the best way to figure out if someone has been quote unquote infected is to cut them open, because it's
I mean, I'm not opposed.
because it's technically
We have the technology.
eggs. They're eggs that have burrowed, not like a disease.
Yeah. Okay. Gross.
Yeah, it's
Yep, no,
yeah.
don't like that.
No.
Helm of the world.
Yes.
Did we all see the boy, the urchin, the kid that came on board?
I would say sure. Yeah, definitely. At the minimum, the infirmary is before. The infirmary is fairly accessible, and he did just kind of get paraded across the deck to go to the Rusalka. Also, in the meantime, Lila, Captain Peyton would have asked you to make a good meal for everyone. The intent was to celebrate the spoils of pillaging the Nicodemus, but I think just a good meal will do in the meantime. Just even though some of the other crew members that are unaware of what has been going on and the severity of the situation might be drinking a little too much, but a lot have taken the hint that, something might be going on and we probably shouldn't celebrate. It's kind of like half and half on the ship right now. Yeah. But he asks you to make some good food, nothing like in terms of rationing. Make something good.
I can do that. I mean, we're feeding two less anyway, so.
One less. You got the boy on board now.
Ew. One and a sure. Okay. One less. They come get food out of my kitchen.
No, we've been bringing stuff to him.
From where?
The pantry. Lila, just make some food.
I'll make the best stew ever. And I promise only to cough in it a little bit.
While half of the group is, well, half the crew is partying and the other is just like tentatively waiting on their feet, like to see what is going to go on. Are we going to leave? What's go, etc. What y'all all doing?
I think I would have at least filled in the captain, or at least told the captain to talk to Verity about what we found. And then I would go try and find the boy, because now I'm very concerned about that little boy and what he's been exposed to.
Are you bringing anyone with you?
Probably I would be bringing I'd probably say Antonia. Because we're gonna need like drawing tools and things like that, and also I feel like Antonia would if there's any landmarks or anything like that, like it would be helpful for Antonia to see whatever we draw.
I will bring my drawing equipment.
The boy is been in the infirmary, hanging in, just laying on a cot. It's one of the few places on the ship that actually have cots and not hammocks, besides the captain's and officers' quarters. He is just staring at a wall.
Amalia,
Yeah.
what are the odds of that boy having touched a barnacle?
I would say pretty high.
So, question first, kill second?
Yes.
As long as we're in agreement. I'll
But I
put
wanna-
on my pleasant face.
When you
Boy.
enter, he does
Boy.
look over.
How are you feeling?
Just a shrug.
It'll work. Are you feeling up for some drawing? Okay.
I'll
Nice
set
li-
down some of my drawing tools without making any kind of skin contact.
Holds a
Oh,
drawing tool
no,
like this.
no. Oh, God. You owe me for everything he brings.
Got it. Naturally.
I mean,
I need you to draw what you remember. Anything you saw.
Yep. He looks confused for a second, before drawing some stick figures on jumping over to a crudely drawn boat. They got angry eyebrows.
can I?
Is that us?
Can I sketch the flags of the fleets and ask him which fleet the angry people belong to?
You can. I'm just quickly scrolling to where the fleets are. I can't find them in the book. Okay.
I mean, I'll start with the pursuit, because as much as I appreciate our fleet and what we do, I don't necessarily think everything in the fleet is honest about everything to the rest of the fleet.
He shakes his head.
Not. Can I? All right, I'll draw the black skull.
And you know that the Black Skull is basically a very fine line between hardened criminals and merchants.
I was about to say they get paid so they can be called mercenaries, but technically,
Yeah.
Great, lovely. I'm assuming Amalia, being an officer, knows these flags as well.
Oh, for sure.
And he
Very
begins
familiar.
to also, after
Bang,
drawing
bang.
the little stick figure and the little boat, he begins to draw something that looks almost immediately like a mass of legs and a very long tail with a point at the end. And just a circle with, you know how snakes are able to dislocate their jaw?
Yes.
Something like that, with
Wonderful.
lots of teeth, but it's on like a stick figure face of a human.
Lovely.
And he points to it.
Is our physician nearby?
Yeah, definitely.
Can I
Your
start
physician,
wandering towards them?
Lavinia. Her name is Lavinia.
Oh,
Hello,
Vinny.
Lavinia.
Um, Hi, Antonia, Amalia.
I left Amalia with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So Lavinia, do we have any ether nearby? Or chloroform?
Why?
I may need to deal with a child. You know how I feel about children?
As a medical professional, you know how I feel about keeping people alive.
Oh, he's not staying alive. No, 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 no. That's already been dealt with. The captain already knows.
Leave my
It's
infirmary
fine.
right now.
Uh, So, shouldn't you be worried about the greater good? Because if we leave him alive, everyone on this ship dies. You can check with the captain.
What are you talking about?
Infectious. I think that's the word. Barnacles. I think that's also the word.
Make a roll.
Lovely.
I don't think any of your traits apply.
Sacrilege doesn't apply. Complete disregard for human life.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you. So that's 1 for flesh, 1 for fall, 1 for heaven. And you know I'm me. I'm adding a deep.
So you're gonna do 2D. Cool.
I am.
How are you employing your heavens die?
I would like to I took some religious items from the aforementioned ship.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything in this room I can use, but I kind of want to. I don't know if they're sharp edges, but I'd be happy to cut myself with some of them and promise to my saint to deal with them later. Because
Okay.
time is irrelevant.
Okay. All right then. What
Just
were your
minor blood sacrifice. Just
What were your
minor.
rolls?
Let's see. I have a 5 and a 3 on my deep.
Uh-huh.
A 4 on my flesh. It sounds gross when you say it that way. And a 5 on my heaven.
So your highest roll is on your Hold on. Your highest roll is on your deep.
Well, my deep, my flesh, and my heaven are all at least a 5. And then I have
Oh.
1, 3.
Oh.
Like, they're all. I have 3 equals.
You do
and
have
a 3.
3 equals. Let me do a quick check on
I don't know what that means.
Because-
But that is what it is.
I think that let me see. When your divine fortune.
I just need Saint Aish to think with me on this.
You get a divine fortune, but you also get a fall.
Those combined really well.
That is how it works. So I will think about your divine fortune, but in the meantime, you do gain a level of fall.
Yep. Mark it down.
But Lavinia does look at you for a second, contemplates. I will go talk with the captain. Get the full story on what's going on, and then I will get you what you're asking for.
Wonderful.
The complication is that it's not going to be immediate. You're not going to get it immediately.
That's fine.
And I'm going to send you your
anyway.
condition that you have gotten.
Yes. Give it to me. Hurt me.
I will hurt you.
I'm excited.
All right. Verity, Lila.
I am making a grand stew. I would like to make a bowl specifically for this child.
Okay.
I'm just going to outside of the medical bay, would I know of any particular ingredients that might expedite what I imagine to be the inevitable?
So you're looking for
And-
more inedible ingredients?
I'm looking to poison this child. Perhaps. To be determined.
I was reading something, but where are you looking for?
So I'll look. I imagine if there's anything in the pantry, it's tucked away in something I've hidden.
Okay.
But outside of raiding the kind of medical bay area, and I don't want to. I'd rather avoid that if at all possible. I would like to, if I have any in supply.
I would say you have some in supply.
Yes, then I will hum a little tune while I mix it into this particular bowl.
You do need to roll.
Poison? Food?
Yeah. Poison, food.
So those are flesh, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 fall die.
You have to roll equal to your level of fall.
I will roll 1 fall die.
Well, wait. Oh no, you are. I thought you had two. Fall.
I'm at 1 level because at 0 we have 1 minimum, right?
No.
Or so 2.
Once you get 1 level of fall when you choose a saint, and then you got a 2nd level of fall.
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
You're at 2 fall.
Can I use my fancy new blade, because I would have wanted to, test the sharpness, test the
You may.
efficiency.
You may.
So I'll add a
Heavens die.
Well, that's so meant. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Heaven's Die was my highest.
Okay.
I can't remember if anything's good or bad. So Heaven's Die was a 6.
Okay.
And then I got a 4 and a 1 for fall and a 4 and a 1 for flesh.
Well, I think your Heaven's Die is going to be your automatic success, so you can describe your success for me.
So, I am, first of all, very pleased with this knife that I have acquired. This butcher's knife is very impressive. I will keep it close at hand. I would like to stir this little extra ingredient in. I will do what I can to add a few extra spices if necessary, just to distract from any off taste or smell. But I will get it together and replace what little, whatever poison I might have left in whatever tucked away area I have, and I will move towards the infirmary.
All right. Verity.
Verity regrets feeling really hungry right now. Out of curiosity, in the, I'm assuming scientific journals or wherever, I might have heard about, I just hate saying egg sex.
Henton.
The Henton.
How Henton reproduce?
Yeah. Was it like super well documented, like a scientist who like worked on the project, or is it something where like not a lot of information is known?
Let's see. The general, what I basically already told you is a big gist. You would probably have some bits and pieces about like what they look like, as well as how they are dangerous and what they are used for. Are you looking? What are you specifically looking for?
I'm just wondering. She probably, either way, would probably stay up on the Rusalka's deck until it got dark, writing notes about what she had seen, and if there's any discrepancies between what she had seen and what she had read prior, trying to sketch the barnacles and Hector situation
Okay.
as best as she remembers.
Let's make this a roll to see how much information you found or able to find amidst, let's be real here, scientific documents are a pain in the ass to go through.
Yep. Yep, that's fair.
So let's make this a roll.
Okay, so 1D. And I think Sophana.
Yep.
Does
Equal, and then also equal to your level of fall.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. So, is this for my recollection, or like does my penmanship count for sketching what I found?
Since you're looking for information and not writing your
Okay.
information or like forging or something like that, I'm gonna
Okay.
say it's not gonna apply.
Okay. And then does my dissection help in terms of like understanding the information I'm reading?
I'll give it to you. Why not?
Okay. I have 3 ones.
Oh no. F. Big oof. Holy
no.
shit.
Hi.
I know, so that's an immediate bad complication, and I will
Yep.
first say you have to
get a
increase your level
fall.
of fall because your fall equals your highest die. I will send you a complication in a second.
Cool.
But let's just quickly say that before you are able to find any information of note, across the deck, you see one of the other shipmates named Cleo immediately seize up in almost like a convulsion, a seizure.
Yeah.
And for a second, you see their chest right at the rib cage bulge in an unnatural way before there is blood spraying on the deck as legs begin to emerge from her chest. Before anyone can react, they reach back and pull a bulbous body out. And then it's completely silent before she begins to scream, which are immediately muffled as these claws reach back at her face and she falls onto the ground. You are already familiar with Hendon? That's a Henton, and it immediately pulls itself, whining quietly before its body rapidly grows. Larger and larger before its claws make a scuttling sound across the deck and go downstairs into, well, below. After a split second of shock, they're screaming. Before your other crew members either hide or chase it with a broom, a boot knife. Everyone hears this commotion.
Verity is not going downstairs.
I'm already downstairs.
I would say all of you do hear the scuttling and the screaming.
Can I just go? I want to catch Amalia's eyes as she's still talking to this boy.
Mm-hmm.
The boy is eating the soup that Lila brought down.
Perfect. Is the crew aware of Lila's predilections?
Who?
Just
Are-
all of us? Do we know that Lila likes to poison people?
I'm gonna say no.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna just to Amalia and just go. Boy's getting double killed.
It's gonna be a real dead. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a just a curt nod.
Yep.
He
So,
freezes with his spoon up to his mouth before it falls to the ground. And he falls over.
Problem solved.
Clattering.
The physician left, yes?
Yes. Well, she
Uh-huh.
she was gonna go talk to the captain.
Yep, I'd like to look for bottles labeled ether or chloroform.
They are locked, but yes, you can know where they are.
It's locked. Amalia, you have keys, surely.
Oh, to the infirmary? I don't know. Do I have keys to the infirmary?
Maybe not the poisons. To the infirmary, yes.
Listen, it's an anesthetic.
Which can be used as poison.
Well, so can regular food. Just ask the cook.
Also accurate.
They don't even trust me with that, but we hear the commotion, right?
Yeah, you hear commotion. Before,
You go check it out. I'll deal with this.
Okay.
I mean, it's a cabinet on a ship. I'll grab a dagger and wedge it open, honestly.
I'd like to take my bowl and spoon back.
Sorry, I need to send Eva a condition. So give me 1 second.
I'm perfectly happy in letting Lila take her bowl and spoon back while I break open the cabinet with
Rather inadequate care on this ship, and I will go to follow Amalia. Also a bit wary of this new ambiance we find ourselves
Mhm.
And you mean the
surrounded by.
scuttling?
And the
Remember how we were
screaming.
talking about huntsman spiders before we started this
God
game?
bless it. Here, I still have the pictures pulled up.
Oh,
Perfect
good.
inspiration.
Burn down our own boat now and be done with it.
This boat belongs to them now.
It is theirs.
I'm going into the sea.
Yep. So I probably would have grabbed the drawing that the little boy did also on the way out.
I will say that the disposal of the quote-unquote survivor of the Nicodemus,
He lived a little longer than the rest.
he is been disposed of.
Mm-hmm.
And while the group, as well as the crew, begins to look around the ship for this creature that burst out of another crewmate's chest, you also hear cawing and screeching from above decks. Verity. Yep. Verity. You see, almost blocking out the setting sun and the rising moon, a flock of birds as they begin to descend upon the ship.
What?
Oh, helm of the world, what kind of birds are these?
God, something just wants me to say seagulls because that's fucking hilarious. Also, seagulls suck.
They're the worst.
I need to make a card that says mine now.
Let's just go with seagulls.
Look at us laughing and having fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Seagulls, because you are on the sea.
Yep.
For a legitimate choice.
It is chaos, as those who did remain upon deck are harassed, to put it quite simply.
Has Cleo been dealt with? Like, is there still screaming below deck?
You don't hear screaming below deck. You do hear boots, heavy boots upon wood as there is running. And as well as a couple shouts of, I saw it go that way, I saw it go that way.
Oh.
Check over there.
Oh, okay.
I'd like you to make a roll to keep yourself from being dive bombed.
Yeah.
To put it quite simply.
I don't suppose I could convince you that my knowledge of fauna gives me an idea of seagull behavior.
You can.
Okay. I think that's still just one flush and too deep.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a... Oh, bless. That's a 2 and a 3 for the deep and a 6 for the flush.
That is a complete success. Describe it for me.
As the birds are like a whirlwind just coming into the decks, I am going to take my book, kind of hold it above my head, regrettably, and dodge into the nearest doorway, which I presume is going to be just one of the stairways down.
Yeah.
And while Eva would say this is not a complete success, Verity will accept that going down into the ship is probably the better part of valor.
From behind you, as you head back down into the hold of the ship, you hear a loud thud. Of a heavy thud. Do you look around as you run?
Yes, I would very much.
You see the
Verity
body
would very much
of
like to know
the
what it is.
young crewman in the crow's nest hit the deck. Scratch marks on his face from birds.
Is there a door behind me?
Yeah.
I would like to close it.
As you close the door, you also do see these barnacles from the other ship of the Nicodemus lashing up at birds. Moving.
On the other ship, though.
On the other ship.
Okay. Hate that. But I will make a mental note and deal with that later.
Okay.
And I will head down.
Lila.
Yeah, it's fine. This is great. I need to return my bowl to the kitchen, but also, what if there is a creature in the kitchen? Why they better not be in my kitchen. But I am basically gonna follow Amalia. If we go past the kitchen, I will at least set the bowl and spoon down somewhere. I will empty it so that nobody else
A lot of it would have fallen out. He didn't just drop the spoon.
Okay,
he
that's
also
fair.
dropped the bowl too.
Okay, well then I'll rinse it out. Because, well, it don't really matter. The evidence is all over the infirmary floor, but it sounds like we're all in trouble anyway, so it's no big deal. So I'm just going to follow Amalia. I will deposit the spoon and bowl somewhere. If we don't pass the kitchen, I'll just put it somewhere and make a mental note to come back and get it later. But I kept the knife, so I will. I'm not going to draw it necessarily, but I will. I imagine it is kind of tucked in my apron. so I will have a hand on the handle in the pocket. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. And I'm just keeping an eye out, and listening ear, because if this creature is down here and people are screaming, well, better them than me. So if I need to duck and hide.
Yep. Also, all of you also do hear a commotion coming from on deck.
Oh, that's right.
Screeching caws of seagulls, yells of crew people.
Oh, that is unsettling.
Was that a very loud thud hitting the deck?
That was very unsettling.
Cool. Wonderful. Do you think as the officer that I would have any sort of weaponry on me?
Do you have any weaponry on you?
I mean, it's unclear in the character sheet, but I feel like I would have at least like a saber of some sort.
I would
Being
say
Let's
an
say I think
officer.
no officers at all would walk around unarmed on a sailing vessel. Like if
Exactly.
anything, you want a knife to cut ropes and shit.
Right, exactly. Amalia would absolutely have something drawn with all this commotion sounding, and as soon and would I think I would be heading straight for the deck specifically, to see what the fuck is going on the deck. I'm guessing if I put two and two together, hearing a scuttling sound, knowing something about the barnacles, and and again with the drawing that I have from the child, that that's going on, possibly.
You'd pass.
I feel like I
Verity.
can.
Yeah, as soon as she saw you, Verity would stop. Amalia,
Verity, what's going on?
Cleo's a thing, a Hinton. She's down here somewhere. I don't know where. You can't miss her. Doesn't look like her anymore. There's seagulls up on the deck. Hundreds, thousands. There's a lot. It's hard. We've lost the I don't have his name.
Okay.
The boy in the lookout. Um, it's just seagulls all the way up. I don't think you should go out there unless you need to. This is bad. This is really, really bad.
So you're here hiding. What the hell good is that going to do?
What am I supposed to do? Fight seagulls?
You're the one who
With
knows
what?
birds.
I have a scalpel.
I think that line is a good place to take a break, our midstream break.
So
I have a scalpel. And we can pick back up after break. Everybody, please take a stretch, hydrate. Please pet your pets for me. And we will be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Bye. And we're back from break. I hope everyone had a chance to take a quick breather as we did just deal with some horrific things. Birds are terrifying, let's be real here. I believe Antonia wanted to go do something.
Yes. I have a promise to keep. That I just made. But with Amalia and Lila and the physician no longer in the same room as me and the body. So we're in the infirmary. I'm assuming there's tools here to heat up metal for cauterizing wounds, considering wounds in this type of ship area are usually dealt with by removing a limb. So I would like to... First, I want to put the body back on the bed. Very carefully. Just touching cloth, no skin.
Yeah.
I want to heat up the religious symbols I took from the other ship.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to brand the body with these religious symbols while going... The saints let you down, boy. Should have chosen more wisely. Well, it's a mistake you only make once, isn't it? Most of us. Having branded a child, wrap him in a bit of a sheet, sling him over my shoulder. Let's go see what we can learn. I'd like to head back over to Nicodranas.
Let me think. I think for ease's sake, well, first of all, you need to get up on deck where there are many, many birds.
Ew.
But I think before you have a chance to get on deck, Amalia.
Me. Well, I'm going to ignore Verity because about going up on deck. Because it's not going to do us a fat lot of good staying down here. And I would like to find the captain.
Easy. Captain is still on deck and has been, with their own weapon, slashing at birds. Trying to unsuccessfully shoo them.
Mm-hmm. This captain is not very effective in this crisis at this moment.
No. Absolutely not.
Which is very irritating. I would like to, as they are slashing at birds, come up behind them and stab them.
You are stabbing with birds?
I'm stabbing the captain.
Oh! Make a roll.
Okay. This is going to be... Let's see. What do I have for this? I feel like retribution might somehow count for this.
Okay.
And potentially maybe greed also. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So...
Yep.
We'll do 2. And then 1 of my fall dice.
Those traits don't count towards your...
Oh, they don't.
No, it has to be traits of the flesh. So occupation and background.
Oh, so
Those
my
are
fleet trait.
The fleet traits do not count.
Oh, bummer. Oh, because I'm not... Right. Shoot. Okay, well then, let's see. Would discipline or mediation work in this particular instance?
I'll give you one of them.
Okay, great. And then we'll do a fall.
I think... Well, how many levels of fall are you at?
1.
Okay.
Look, they're being a very ineffective captain. I am
They
ready
are.
to fix this.
They are.
Okay, so the flesh dice is 2 and the deep is 4.
So it is a mixed success.
Mm-hmm.
And you gain a level of fall.
Perfect.
You will get a trait shortly. Your saber pierces the chest of Captain Peyton.
Oh,
Hey.
cat. Good.
Captain Peyton, no longer captain, as his body falls to the ground. Though you do see from the wound emerge more legs.
Cool.
Much
Great.
slower.
Mm-hmm.
And I will send you your condition in just a second if you would like to do something else. But he is disposed of.
Great. Perfect. Well, I'm kind of glad that I did that in hindsight. And I think I have a feeling that that between this sort of sacrifice, one might say, and then I think I would like slowly unwrap the scarf that I wear and start calling upon Saint Exodius for a little help with this seagull problem.
All right.
Knowing that it hungers constantly.
I have sent you your next level of your condition.
Thank you.
And you'll need to roll.
Of course.
Do you want to describe that?
Oh, my new condition?
Yeah.
I would say that the hand that holds the saber after I stab the captain as the blood sort of drips down becomes sort of crusty and a little scaly. The hand fuses together and it becomes sort of serrated and claw-like, holding the saber.
Now,
all right.
how are you? You automatically get a Heaven's Die because you're trying to call upon Saint Exodus.
Perfect.
What you have to roll 2 levels of fall.
I do.
What are there any traits that you think you can apply?
I would deals maybe?
Okay.
Perhaps also languages, if I can speak to this thing that I am calling.
Okay.
Maybe?
Sure.
So 2 deep, 2 fall, and a heaven?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Oof. Alrighty. Neat.
Lay it on me.
So, 4 and a 2 for the flesh dice.
Okay.
A 3 and a 6 for the deep.
All
and
right.
a 3 on the heaven.
How about you describe your complete success as this works? Increase your fall by 1, and I will get you another condition.
Okay. Great.
I believe you're at fall 3.
I am. So as Amalia's hair sort of whips around as the birds are blowing her wind, the blood from the captain sort of again seeping down her arm, and the scarf sort of billows open, and you see these slits in her throat that are sort of heaving in and out with every breath that she takes. She speaks in a language you're not familiar with, that most of the people haven't heard before. And this tentacles start reaching up from the ocean. Large, very large tentacles. They sort of writhe and and reach up. You see a small little beak reach up, and as the tentacles reach up, they start grabbing the seagulls out of the air, crushing them as in its grasp.
Because fuck birds.
Because fuck
Realm
birds.
of the world,
Yes.
would I be up on deck with the body at this point?
I would definitely say you are able to make it to the deck in time to see the final tentacles begin to dispose of some of these birds. While you aren't able to get all of them, but you are able to keep them from continuing attacking the crew. However, the damage has already been done to the sails that
Sure.
are slashed and non-functioning. You would have to fix them before you are able to sail away. The Nicodemus is still within visual distance because you decided to unlash yourselves from it and float away a little bit, and you just didn't have the chance to burn it down yet.
Mhm.
But you can see it.
I'm just gonna pat the body I have on my shoulder and go, change plan. I would like to feed the body to whatever Amalia just summoned, distracting it from the birds. And then I think it's about time I started plotting a course. I'd like to head back to where I set navigational courses.
Okay. Lila.
So, I'm not going to the deck. That sounds like a terrible idea. So I would instead, essentially trying to listen into the screams and scuttling and general awfulness that is everything happening right now. And I would like to try to find... Actually, I don't know how big the pantry is, but I think I would like to head towards once I realize that Amalia has decided to go on some strange adventure up on deck. I would like to head back to pantry, kitchen area, and cautiously avoiding people and anything that might be not humanoid. I would like to go back, and I go to hide in the pantry. But before I do, I'll see if I can acquire some
Refreshments?
refreshments. And so I will grab some salt water, some briny wonderfulness. But I will also dig back in. Well, I'll be in the pantry, so it won't matter. Before I close the door, and it's dark, I would like to acquire whatever leftover poison I have from what I used in the soup earlier. I'm not doing anything with it, I'm just pocketing it, but I will sip on some salt water and just try to stay very quiet.
When I do have to ask this first, where are you getting your salt water?
Somewhere in the kitchen. Or I imagine, again, I don't know how ships work, but I would imagine that at least somewhere near the kitchen there is some storage of water in case there's a fire. Now, it may not be in the kitchen, but I am specifically, I know there's fresh water in the kitchen, but I don't want that. It's cute. I don't want that. Give me all the salt. So I imagine there's some storage near-ish. Whatever one I know to be closest. God, what are words?
Closest? I will say.
Closest. Thank you.
I will say there isn't one in the kitchen, but there is one nearby.
Sure.
And as you are going to get your beverage, You do see this large form move across the hallway with legs and a large hooked tail and a oddly human face with no eyes and too many teeth.
I'm not that thirsty. I'm just gonna go hide.
I would like you to make some kind of hiding check, please.
Okay, can I hide? And I think that's really it's like a competition though, right? Like I can hide faster than you can find me. Oh, that's a different thing. Never mind, I can't use that.
Nope.
So just hiding. It's inventory. I'm in the pantry. I would know what space to occupy when I go in the pantry.
Because I pity you, I will give it to you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I didn't even get any refreshments.
Fortunate.
Cool. This is super great. I got deep. I got a 5, but I also got a 5 in flesh.
Okay, you get another level of fall.
Cool. Cool.
But you do have a partial success.
Oh my gosh.
What happens is you're able to hide and scramble away. But in your haste, the water bin you were trying to get some refreshments from clatters to the ground and makes a lot of noise.
Oh.
But you're hiding. You were not able to make it back to the kitchen. And we're going to move to the 4th tide.
Wait, do I get to do something?
Yes, you may do something. My apologies, Verity.
It's okay.
Gives me a second to give another condition.
I after Amalia left, I would have kind of hesitated, wondering if I should go back up. I really don't want to go back up. And then when Antonia passed with the body, I would have recoiled and gone down deeper into the ship. I would imagine in my bag I would have some flint. I would like to look around for some sort of lantern, maybe. And if anyone's around, I would wait until no one was around. And I'll blow it out and like go down. I'd like to kind of sneak down into the hold.
Okay. What do you do?
And I would like to look for like the driest canvas or the driest boxes. And I would like to just sort of set it on fire.
As you go down deep into the holds. How often do you go into the holds, by the way?
Sneakily. She's nosy, so sometimes, not all the time, not often, but some of the time.
I will say that the sloshing of water against the sides of the ship, when you go down the stairs deeper and deeper into this, what did we call the ship? The
Rusalka.
The Rusalka. The water splashing against the side, there is a disconnect. It feels like instead of like normally here when you hear the water hitting the side, it's like up here.
Oh yeah, I really don't like that.
It seems that the Rusalka is sitting deeper in the water.
Yeah. If there's another lantern on my way, I would like to take that too.
You may.
Just to use it for oil to like get a bigger fire started.
You go down slowly into the hold while you do hear the scuttling occasionally from behind you of Henton. You definitely saw one, but you hear more feet than just from a single creature. They don't stop you. They don't come for you.
I am also trying to be sneaky.
There's no need to be sneaky, I don't think.
I know.
If you would like to roll sneaky, you may.
Not if I don't have to.
You don't have to. The hold is dark, but you do see in the middle of the hold a large mass.
Why?
The hold smells dank and wet, as there seems to have been more water leaking in. As we said during break, these ships aren't waterproof. They're watertight. And you begin to smell an acrid smell like you did on the Nicodemus. And are your lanterns lit?
No.
Probably better off.
Yeah.
But you do see and hear whispering.
Oh no. From the mass or
The mass. Occasional moving and folds. Listening closely, you can hear sailors past talking about journeys. Vaguely, you hear in your mind, this is right next to you. What are the state of the stars? What do you are not being stopped in any way, but you do see this thing, though you also do hear more skittering from behind you. What are you doing?
realizing I have made a terrible tactical error. Is there anything crate-like, canvas-like, or not straight up terrifying right near me? Or like a dryish wall, perhaps?
Anything that is not acidic water, you see these barnacles from the Nicodemus.
Well, okay, I would not have walked into the water.
Okay.
Because I didn't on the Nicodemus and would not have
But you can see them.
Okay. I would like to retreat. Is there any exposed wood that's dry? Like, probably not, because I just asked you that and you just answered that. I would like to turn and go back to the last, like, dryish, woodish part of ship.
Mm-hmm.
Sneakily, or like quietly, or like I'm not gonna say calmly because
Let's be real here.
let's be real here. And then I would, if that's fine, I would like to light one of the lanterns
Mm-hmm.
and smash the other against the wood, and then smash the lit lantern against that.
Okay. I'll need you to make a roll.
I suspected. For what? Look, I have lantern smashing. Oh,
to see if you can do this in a way where the light, since you're actually like smashing, I'll say to one, aim, two, see if how well you do, see if anyone stops you,
Sure.
as well as Like if you're doing it too fast and the light goes out or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So we'll just say this is like a sabotage roll or a murder roll.
That's fair. I weirdly don't have the murder trait, but
That's another character.
You don't have to murder trait. Why are you on our crew?
I have other traits that
I don't think
are...
any of these.
Well, I was wondering if I could call upon my saint
Yes.
to see if I could help be not stopped.
Yes, you may. So it sounds like you're.
I genuinely think that's the only thing I have going for me.
I think you're only rolling deep in heavens.
I think you're right.
What's your level of fall at?
2.
2? Okay.
Looking at the wrong character sheet, but 2. That's a 6 on the deep, 5 on the heavens, and a 3 on the other deep.
So this is a full success as you begin to set the ship on fire, but you also get another level of fall.
That's fair. And I'm going to be fervently praying to Saint Glyph.
Mm-hmm.
Glyph. It's Glyph. And do you narrate this or do I narrate this?
You can narrate this. This is a complete success for you.
I would like to think there's like a pause in the whispers and the skittering and the scuttling as the wood starts to as the oil catches, and then by the time the wood itself starts to catch, I would like to not be staying in the hold any longer than I have to be, and I'm going to make my way up, probably towards some of the other skittering.
Okay. We'll go to the next scene as the ship begins to burn. All of you find yourself in the hiding spot where Lila ended up. You don't look happy about that.
Find your own hiding spot.
It's not the
This
only
is
one.
mine.
Because as you all have begun to either move and run from the fire and the smoke, you were cut off by Henton, herding you into the ship. And you are stuck between a rock and a hard place, as you can hear the occasional scuttle from outside from whence you lay low, but the smoke and the crackling gets louder. Some of the other survivors are talking with each other, trying to figure out, what are we going to do?
What room are we in?
I'll say like a I'll say a small side room where crew sleep. So there's hammocks everywhere.
But we're hiding below decks on our burning ship.
Yes, correct.
That seemed like a really dumb idea to anyone else.
Oh, completely.
Are there by any chance any... I know I make a very good stew, but perhaps dinner was interrupted. Is there any stew left over that someone maybe had a bowl and didn't quite finish? Gross. But is there...
I'd say in their haste, it was put down. It's probably only like a couple bites.
That's all
sure.
I need. Okay.
The Nicodemus is in no way seaworthy, right?
It floats,
Well,
but not seaworthy. The mast has been one of the masts has been massively damaged. In what you
and
assume
we
is a
all
raid.
notice that the Rizalka is burning.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been herded here by... We're not supposed to say hentai, but I already forgot their names. Henton?
Henton.
Henton.
Hentan.
Henton. Which is not at all like hentai.
Not
course
even
not.
remotely.
Nope.
Hey, look. Someone summoned tentacle beasts. I'm just saying.
Are we surprised?
No. In no way, shape, or form. I mean, what else did I expect? Going on this voyage with these people. I say we couldn't check for infection other than cutting people open, right?
Unless you have another idea that I just couldn't come up with on the spot.
Well, again, I'm not opposed to cutting people open, but can we cut them open in such a way that we can keep them alive-ish in case they're not infected? Check people, put the ones that are not infected on a lifeboat and leave. And by people that are not infected, I basically mean us and, maybe some people who can actually row. I'm not advocating sparing the entire crew because that's pointless.
Oh, the entire crew isn't even here. You don't see Lavinia, your physician. But I'd say you could technically do this, but you would need to, 1, roll, and 2, I'm pretty sure you don't have the medical expertise to do it in such a way.
Oh, no, God, no.
I didn't think so.
No, don't be ridiculous.
Is it the 4 of us together, and did you say that out loud?
I mean, I don't know, and yes.
There's 4 of you as well as
Captain's already dead.
Captain is already dead. There is a woman named Edna, and Carlisle has also made it.
I remember Edna. Also, Amalia, I'm not sure with the hands. Are you a Henton? Is that how this goes? Are they still hands? They're looking a little clawish.
You mean this? This right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think... Did the Henton have claws? I don't remember, actually.
Why do you have claws?
It's a cross between a wasp, a pelinicid wasp, I can't say it correctly, which are fucking terrifying. They don't have claws, though. And a some kind of fish, which is like a deep-dwelling fish with their, jaws. So I'm going to say no.
This is very crustacean-like. I don't think this is related. I think it's
a little worrisome.
It's a long story, but I do have some connection
And
to the deep.
Hence the tentacles. Also, I'm very sorry for throwing a poisoned body at your tentacle beast. I'm not sure how they fare with poison, but I'm sure it was delicious.
I would say,
it's fine.
From a taxonomy standpoint, I don't think they're related.
Fine.
Unless it's like a mutation.
I feel like we're getting off track. I did not touch barnacles. Verity did not touch barnacles. Amalia didn't touch barnacles.
Nope.
Are you
Lila?
sure you didn't touch barnacle?
How are you with the barnacle? What is your barnacle situation?
Verity is sitting as standing as far away from Antonia as possible.
I can see no reason why.
I feel
Containment, Verity. Lila, barnacle situation. Touched? Licked? Stewed?
Lila is sitting against a wall with the leftover stew that she was able to find. There is a small glass, very small glass type bottle, cork undone. It is empty. And she finishes a last bite of soup and sets it aside. It's not going to matter in a few moments anyway. But you should probably keep your distance.
That's weird.
Right.
Great. So the three of us in a lifeboat?
If we move together, we might be able to keep them at bay long enough.
Do you think we'll be able to? Like, you've seen those things. I saw one of them completely tear Lavinia's head off. This is Edna.
Edna?
Mm-hmm. Well, we
Right.
either wait for them here to do the same thing to us, or we try to leave in a lifeboat.
I mean, we should, yes. Agreed.
Or we give up.
The Nicodemus? Or just in a lifeboat?
I'm not
Just
getting back on
away.
the
I'm
Nicodemus.
good with away.
I'm not entirely sure what the timeline is, but you are running out of time. I'm hopeful that the poison will at least win, but very shortly you're going to be trapped in a room. So, better decide quickly.
She's right.
Time to go. Lila, for what it's worth, good choice.
Yes, thank you for knowing what's right. Antonia, are you sure you don't want to do what's right?
I mean, I could slit her throat, but she's already dying.
I mean, you don't feel anything?
No.
You don't feel the crawling or the growing in your chest?
Nice try, Verity, but no. How about you? How are you feeling?
I feel fine. You're the one that...
Can we just come to a final decision on what we're doing?
We're trying to go, but I'm also trying to not let Verity talk me to suicide.
Look, the longer we stay, the better chance we have of whatever Lila is going to turn into.
Let's go. Verity,
Here we
ahead
go.
of me, please.
You won't feel it before it's too late anyway. Good luck.
Lovely. I just want to keep Verity in front of me right now. And I will be drawing my short sword.
Okay.
Verity will go ahead, but she will make sure there is a good distance between her and Antonia.
Molly will take up the rear.
And Carlisle and Edna will be right in front of Amalia. I would like everyone to try and roll a stealth to try and sneak up to the deck. Because it sounds like you're going to trying to go to the Nicodemus. Is that right?
No lifeboats.
Lifeboats.
Lifeboats? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Sloop.
While they all roll, Lila, would you like to narrate anything else?
I guess my question is, did I beat whatever is growing inside of me? I feel as though once I saw whoever that used to be, between that and the smell of smoke, you know, I don't like being told what to do or how to live my life or how to die even. So I guess I'm mostly curious if I was able to beat whatever was trying to grow inside of me.
Just trying to see if the poison would affect you and it.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll one last die
Yes.
to see if it
please.
affected both?
Sure. Poison?
Poison, food,
Oh heck yeah.
all your fall die.
All right.
I don't know how many fall you're at.
I'm at 3.
Okay.
Let's just add the last one in there, just for like kicks and giggles.
Yeah, why not?
Right, I can do that, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna go great. This went not great.
What'd you roll?
Oh, okay. Okay, so that was so like close. I had 4s on my flesh. The highest one was fall with a 5,
Mm-hmm.
and another fall was a 4. So I have a 2 and a 3, and then I have 5, 4, 4, 4. Lots of 4s. And the highest was fall, but
Yes.
I'm gonna be dead, so it's not.
I'm not going to give you another condition. I will say that you are able to successfully overcome your body's defenses against poison. I feel like, as someone who utilizes it, you would have some kind of resistance, but your intent has succeeded.
Okay.
But
And I will just.
as you, I don't think it would have affected the Henton.
I tried to.
And as you are fading away, you feel a dull pain in your chest.
Well.
We have lost our first crew member of our party. What did everyone roll for trying to sneak to the lifeboats?
I want to
We
ask
only
her-
got fall and, in my case, that free heaven dice, right?
I believe so. I'm looking at your traits right now.
Oh yeah, no, I got nothing on my
Oh, yeah.
traits.
I was gonna say, I think I also only have fall.
All right.
I have a 5 on my heaven die, a 4 and a 3 on my fall dice. Because I'm on 2 fall.
You got what was your fall again? What, Anniek?
A 4 and a 3.
And you got a 5 on your heavens?
Yes.
I
The one I rolled from Divine Favor that I got earlier.
Yeah, you don't get fall.
Ah!
And there is a success with a complication. Amalia?
Yep.
As far as like the heaven dice is concerned, I rolled mine, the one that I got for Colin on my Saint earlier with when I rolled it.
Mhm.
And so I can't use it for this.
If you can find a reason and way to plea to your saint, you can use heaven die. It's not a one-time use.
I see. I feel like subtlety is not my Saint's strong suit.
Draw forth a
The
beast
tentacles
from the
give
deep.
it away.
Yeah. So all I have is falls. Could I use discipline?
Sure.
Okay. Like it's the only applicable trait I can think of. Okay. Well, I got a 5 on my flesh dice, but I have a 6, a 5, and a 3 on my fall dice.
You gain another level of fall, and I know
I sure frick do.
I know which condition I'm giving you.
Cool.
Let me find it.
Great.
Crab legs. Please let it be crab legs.
No.
We'll have something to eat in the lifeboat.
No.
A little bit of butter.
For Officer Amalia. And then Verity.
Oh, interesting.
is pretty sure she can use her heaven die again because it's sneaking.
Yes.
So that's a 4 on the heaven, a 5, a 3, and a 1 on the deep.
I will send you a condition. You increase your fall by 1. As well as describe how you make your way to the deck and avoid the Henton, and I'll get a condition. I mean, a complication. That's the word I was looking for.
Verity at least is going to be navigating with there's a kind of a pit in her stomach and she's listening very hard for any of the Hinton, actually any of the other crew, honestly. Anything that isn't the direct party. And is it Edna who's with us?
Edna and Carlisle.
Oh, and Carlisle. Aren't we lucky?
I sent you your condition.
Oh.
Might not be a bad thing to incorporate into this role. Your face.
And as she puts a hand against the hull, what do you call the inside of a ship? Doesn't matter. Against the wall, we'll say.
Hull.
To look around the corner. Still the hull, both sides, hull. Her hand kind of slips a little bit on the wood and doesn't catch any splinters. And when she looks, there's just she's starting to sweat out a bit of dark green viscous slime. And she resists gagging a bit. It's close, but eventually manages to get up onto the deck.
Antonia and Amalia. I think that's condition enough. Leaving a trail. Verity?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was the wrong thing. Yes.
Well, whoever rolled partial success, I think Verity leaving a trail is also very good as a complication.
Yeah. I would say Amalia, as we make our way up, I would taking care. I still some of the blood from the captain is still caked on, but as we walk past some of the bodies, the ones that were taken down by the birds, for instance, Amalia would dip her hand into the blood that has pooled on the deck and start sort of placing it on herself, covering herself in the blood of the slain, for instance. And as a final gesture, taking one finger, would draw a skull shape on her own face as a sort of makeup gesture.
Wow, you have claws. Anyway.
I only have one of my hands. Only one. The other one is still perfectly functional. Yep.
So while Amalia is doing that and Verity's ahead of me, I have Edna and then Carlisle behind me?
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna let Edna go ahead of me.
Okay.
And then I want to put my hand on Carlisle's elbow and sort of step aside with him and maybe also let Amalia ahead of us. Well, I'll be right there. I have my short sword out.
Should we should probably keep going. We should keep
Just go with the rest. Just wait here for just no way to explain this. I would like to cripple him.
Can you make it quick?
In such a way that I can leave him behind to distract any Henton that might be following us.
Roll a check.
I am the worst person. Yeah. I'd also like to carve Saint Aisha's symbol into his chest and call upon her to help me in this.
All right. We'll see what happens if you succeed or not.
Yep. Can I use sacrilege for this?
Yes.
As I mark up his body and
You
with
may.
knives and
You may.
Perfect. Nothing but fours.
Nothing but fours?
Nothing but fours.
Well,
Fours on everything. Flesh, deep, heavens, everything. Everything's a 4.
so you increase your fall by 1.
This is fine.
What level of fall are you at?
3.
Okay, you're going up to 3?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if there's anything I can do right
Though
now.
I would say the sabotage I did earlier should have brought me down by 1, but we did it in DMs and not on the,
Oops, my
on the
bad.
stream.
It happens.
Yep.
You are able to cripple him. I won't go
Hamstring. I'll leave him. I want him. I want him to not be able to move, but I do want him to be able to make sound, so they are attracted to him and not to us.
As you
And I just sort of go, you really should have chosen another saint. You chose poorly.
he struggles with you. This is not easy. And while you are able to cripple him, he does the same to you.
That's fair.
And you are the pain is great.
Mhm.
And you are left behind as they continue to move forward.
Can I call upon Saint Aish to turn back time by a few minutes and try again?
You may try.
I would like to. The fall dice. Wow, this is messy. I have a 6 on heavens.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 6 on deep. I have a 4 on deep and a 1 on deep. No, sorry, a 5 on deep. 6, 5, 1, and a 6 on heavens.
I'm going to say fall. The fall does not move backwards because it is like a magical effect. It's like the heavens and the deep are like kind of combating at each other. So you're going to get 2
Okay.
conditions after this.
That's fine.
But this is a complete success. Your foot does not hurt. So you, I will get you your conditions if you would like to narrate your complete success.
Yes. Well, having been crippled, I will remove my gloves. There is a scar on a scar. Like I was branded before, and that brand was removed, and they are all religious symbols. And as I flex my hands, it sort of goes, "This won't do. This won't do at all. I follow the truth and only the truth." And with that prayer to Saint Aish, I will move back time by a few minutes. And knowing what Carlisle wants to do to hamstring me back, I will simply dodge his attack,
Mm-hmm.
cripple him, and leave him behind as I move on.
You all hear.
You know, apparently 1 religious symbol on his chest wasn't enough, so I'll mark up his back as well, just to make sure.
I sent you 1 condition.
I'll just sort of go, people never learn. They don't. It is as it is.
You hear a voice behind you. The voice of Lavinia. You're a terrible person.
I know.
And from the corner of your eye, you see the ghostly form of your physician following you.
Ugh.
Verity.
Well, I hope she can keep up.
Oh, she can. Verity and Amalia and Antonia, you make it to the deck. There, you see where you hold the lifeboats hung over the water with the ropes. The ropes are severed, and you see, if you look over the edge, you see them floating. It looks like the ropes were caught in the Battle of the Birds. But you can see the lifeboats floating. One single rope keeping it from floating away. You were able to avoid the Henton leading up. But I'm going to need you to make another type of roll. to try and escape.
When you say to try and escape, are we
Or tell me what you're doing. What are you all
just
doing now that...
getting to the boat, lowering the boat? Are we?
How about
'cause
this? Tell me
Do we
you're
need to
doing
predict
first.
weather patterns to get going?
Tell me what y'all are doing as you have made it to the deck. How about that? That works better.
I mean, I'm clearly last now, so I'm just gonna wait to see what Amalia and Verity do.
Okay.
Don't necessarily need to get too close to Verity at this point in time.
Kara, Amalia and Verity, only Edna has joined you. You don't see Carlisle.
Okay, cool. I mean, I believe Verity is the closest to this lifeboat situation because she was ahead.
She was ahead. She would like to. How far away is the Nicodemus?
It is slowly floating. It's within eye distance, but you're gonna have to row.
That's quite a ways.
Because, yeah, you're not lashed to it anymore, so... I'm
She'd
bad
like
with
to
distances, y'all.
Try and sever the last rope on the rowboat.
Okay. I'm debating... You see, as you all go on deck, you do see seagulls still, though they are not attacking you, staring down at you all. As well as not only seagulls, you do see smaller creatures of the Henton as earlier, with its long legs and teeth, but instead they have wings and a long beak, and it is a constant back and forth of squawking and squabbling as these Henton, based off birds, and the seagulls fight each other. So there is a squawking mess. Feathers floating onto the deck. I think in order to try not to draw any attention more than these are already doing, you will need to make a check.
Could I persuade you?
You may persuade me. I love it. I am willing to be persuaded even if you don't want to roll.
Being an accomplished thief,
Yes.
I would like to think I'm pretty good with small tools and being discreet.
Yes.
And I know like the technical trait is breaching, but I would say that that probably parlays, so to speak, into being fast and clever with my hands.
Sure.
And perhaps cutting through this rope.
Sure.
Would you still like me to roll or just cut the...
We'll just say you cut the rope.
Okay. I mean, also like the saint thing. Being like...
You know what?
Sneaky in the dark. But
Since you're calling upon your saint, let's have you roll.
balls.
Your heavens die and your breaching and...
Just doing so well.
I want someone to die from fall.
At what point
yeah,
would
you
I
know
be
it's-
walking up to them again?
I'd say probably as Verity is cutting.
And Verity's trying to be sneaky in the dark and calling upon her saint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lavinia, will you be quiet?
Like to
I'm
think
trying to draw
Verity-
attention to Verity.
Well,
I'm
you're
standing
drawing
next to
attention
her and
your-
being loud. No, but I'm standing next to her and being loud. I need all
But I'm like
eyes.
way ahead of you.
This
Like, I
would be
went
a player versus player roll. Player
Yeah.
versus player roll.
I'm just trying to ruin your bond with your saint, really.
Like I said, this would be a player versus player roll if you wanted to do that.
I do.
Sneaky.
Okay, I'm still
really
rolling
do.
the same dice though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got nothing but fall, so you know.
I'm trying to make sure I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else. I would argue penmanship is also good at being dexterous of hand.
I mean, I'm trying to mess with someone's saint. Can I use sacrilege?
You may.
Thank you.
That's a 6 on, what color is that? Oh god, flesh.
Okay. 6 on flesh.
That is 2 5s, a 4, and a 1 on the deep, and a 2 on the heavens.
That is a complete success for Verity, but depends on what Antonia gets.
Yeah.
Antonia has a 6 on the flesh.
On the flesh?
Yes.
What'd you
and
get on?
a 5 and 2 4s, but I only have 3 deep die.
So, it's a stalemate.
This is fine.
What
Everything's
happens is that, let me do a quick, we got a raid, so 1 second. Hi everybody, for those of you that just joined us via raid, this is a horror game. There's death, murder, body horror, insect, and insect-like creatures. So if this is not your thing, this is your chance to flee or mute because this has been a very gory session. Your safety is important, so just wanted to give you all the heads up. Eva also put the content warning in chat, so just be aware, protect yourself. We will not hold it against you if you do not stay.
Look, what's a murder-suicide between friends?
But back to the scene, Antonia and Verity, it is a stalemate. You are not able to gain attention to Verity, but Verity is also is distracted by your obnoxious yelling and not able to do what she was trying to do.
I'm sorry, we were trying to be quiet. I'm Lavidia's hanging over my shoulder recently, and I'm not sure why, because I'm pretty sure she's dead.
I hate your guts.
Fucking same, Lavinia. Fucking same, okay?
Amalia. What are you doing?
So in the brief moment that I was gone, did the ropes get cut to the lifeboat? No? Okay.
Antonia was being a shit.
Antonia was being a shit. So now, are Antonia and Verity, like, locked in some sort of thing? What's happening?
A verbal thing, maybe?
Verbal thing? Okay, cool. Hamstring. Well, yes. Okay, cool. So I don't think Amalia would have time to deal with this nonsense. If it looked like, first of all, if Amalia had noticed that Verity was trying to go for the lifeboat rope before people had gotten down into it, and by people I mean specifically me, I would have tried to stop Verity. If Antonia got to Verity before me, I would like skirt on ahead and try and slide down the rope to that lifeboat.
Okay. Is anyone stopping Amalia? Because that's basically, the rope isn't cut, but Antonia did stop the thing. Yes, Lila's gonna stop you.
I think
Lila did.
I'm pretty sure Antonia would just join
Okay.
Amalia. I'll bring my sextant and a map. Small bag of rations. Then again, we could still eat crab legs. You know, it might not be sauteed, but...
You really want to go up against this, Antonia?
I'm sorry, it just looks really funny to me.
I like sort of hold my claw up to Antonia's neck. Really? You really want
Yeah.
to try me?
It just looks really funny to me.
How on fire is the ship? Oh, helm of
The one who set it
Oh.
on fire.
Oh,
I
fiery.
just want to be sure it's like
Crackling. You smell, I don't even want to describe it, but you smell Henton like particles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glowing. Okay. I'll pause for just a brief moment. Thinking I see people who shouldn't be on the ship walking around, before joining them in the boat.
I am waiting for a response to a DM before we continue this scene.
I would also say that Amalia probably wouldn't wait for everybody before she cut the rope from her end. Whoever once she's in the boat, whoever can make it down before she cuts that rope is gonna be who's in the boat. Or at least gonna try.
That Amalia, you are able to slide down into the boat and begin to cut the rope. But Mindy, what do we see?
You see, you hear it before you see anything. The same scuttling movement that you heard echoing from under the ship is now more pronounced as anyone who cares to turn around kind of almost crawling out. It's kind of hard to say because it's kind of hard, like the creature itself is but kind of ascending to the deck. You see a similar creature to those you've already seen, this one with Lila's face. Eyes are glassy, and when she opens her mouth, it's not a screech or anything, but it is a awful sound that just resonates in your chest. And you, with all of her new limbs, she is going to dart towards you all.
Antonia and Verity, what are you
Is
doing?
this before I slide down to the lifeboat?
I would say this is right after Amalia has slid down, but before
Yep.
Antonia and Verity have.
So, being the person she is, Antonia would like to try and push Verity in front of her into Lila's face.
And Verity, what are you doing?
She would like to try and shove Antonia into Lila's face and get
And I'm yelling at Edna to get into the lifeboat because Edna's one of the chosen ones.
You don't need to tell
so
Edna twice.
I also want to call upon my saint as I try to save Edna.
I want to eat somebody.
Edna just
Valid.
jumps over the ship. She doesn't even bother with the fucking rope.
Nope. Go!
This is gonna be a PvP task.
Yep.
So Verity and Antonia.
Wait, did I get a fall from the last contested roll with Antonia?
No, because your flesh
Okay.
is highest.
Good. Okay, just checking. Oh god.
I get heavens because I'm asking Saint Aish for help.
And then
Aish?
Ish? I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
I don't know.
Eva.
I just know I picked a fun person.
What are you doing?
Because she already said she's trying to do the same to me.
Could I use my knowledge of dissection to like know the weakest points on Antonia for like
Jab in like the kidney or something?
Yeah.
Can I use my sacrilege for roughly the same, considering what I just did to Carlisle?
Yes. But yes to
Perfect.
both. Yes to both.
Yes to both.
I'm assuming fauna doesn't count for people.
I mean, we are mammals.
Yeah.
Technically.
Technically, I would say yes. Why not?
Okay, I'm adding it.
Take what you can
Okay.
get. You're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I have Heavens 6, Flesh 5, Deep 4, 1, 1.
Amalia, you hear a struggle on deck regardless. And that god-awful screeching sound. Verity, what did you get?
I got a 5 and a 1 on the flesh, and then 2 2s and 2 4s on the deep.
I will let the two of you describe what happens, but Antonia succeeds in this conflict. because she rolled a
Yeah.
6.
I mean, for me, it both reminds me of what just happened with Carlisle, but I'm also having visions of similar struggles and fights that took place on Nicodemus. And I refuse to be terrified by them. I'm going to learn from them. And as Verity struggles back, I would like to cut the hamstring tendon of both legs and shove her forward
Verity.
while saying, "You should have chosen a different saint."
Verity, would you like to narrate your end?
Verity would have tried to get a good jab in, and she might have succeeded, but the distraction of Leela being so close and everything is slippery. Her strange green sweat has started to pool on the deck, and her boots probably slipped a bit, as well as just nausea from being so close to both Leela and Antonia, that she probably doesn't even see the cut coming. And then she'll land hard on her knees and right in front of Leela.
Leela. Antonia, as what used to be Lila, deals with Verity. What are you doing?
I'm getting into that lifeboat.
You are all in the lifeboat. Amalia, Antonia, and Edna. The sounds echo across the water from your ship. And soon enough, you do see smoke and fire consume it. Where are you heading? Are we gonna just float? Are we gonna go to the Nicodemus? That's where this all started.
No, I
Oh,
don't think
we
we
are
need
not
to go
going
to
back.
Nicodemus.
No, absolutely not.
Open sea and wait for rescue. I mean, this is a charted course. There will be other vessels, and we're gonna hope and pray they're not Black Skull.
You're the navigator. You tell us where we're going.
Well, I'm certainly not one rowing. I will set a course towards the nearest sea passage, like trade route.
Any course you chart, Anniek, Antonia, leads you right back to the Nicodemus.
Oh, if only I hadn't done this to myself in Tide too. But yes, I know. So I set a course, and we probably float for a few hours, maybe even, before we end up right back where we started.
I think that's a lovely place to end. As you
What have you
continue in
done?
this circle.
What I needed to do.
Anyway, how's everyone feeling? Can I get a card check from everyone?
I'm having a great time.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for this lovely horrific time of Sunken. So we'll go around, introduce who we are and what we're doing and where you can find us. Do you want me to change the music to something happier? Okay, I'll change it 1 second. Who wants to start?
I'm unmuted, so I will go first, I guess. Hi, everybody. I'm Lady Dame. I played Amalia Merriweather, the officer, aspiring captain of the Black Skull Fleet. I am, let's see. Oh, golly, this was so intense. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at the Lady Dame. I am a late night variety streamer and TTRPG player. let's see. Where can you find me? I stream on my own channel 9 p.m. Saturdays through Mondays this month. I am well known for the infamous Smutty Saturday, where I am joined by guests and we read terrible, horrible, no good, very bad erotica. Sometimes it's actually good, but most of the time it's cursed. I also read bedtime stories on Sunday nights, and then on Mondays I play chill indie games. I am also in Uncaged over on Open for Adventure on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Central. I am in a podcast called Of Black Glass, which episode 6 is just released today. So check that out. We're getting into some really good stuff, and if you love like military fantasy, super gay, like emotional nonsense, it's a great podcast. Fighting the patriarchy, all of that kind of fun stuff. And let's see, what else am I doing? I know I think the biggest thing I have coming up right now is actually Mayor's birthday bash on the 16th, which will be over on Mayor Feather's channel. I am in the Much Amew About Nothing.
So good.
That's at 5 p.m. Central?
5 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern, thank you. I can't, yes. 5 p.m. Eastern, where Mayor and Mindy and I and several others are going to be playing our own cats in a TTRPG. It's going to be a good time.
What is plot?
What is plot? We are cats. I'm playing the best cat, aka the chonker with the motorboat, Parker, who is my kitty. I'm trying to think if that's, I feel like I've got other stuff lined up, but that is the main things right now, I believe.
Favorite moment of the day?
Right, that favorite moment. There were so many good moments. It's hard to say. I think the double plot of poisoning the child between Mindy and Anniek was pretty wonderful, actually. We are horrible people.
So are our characters.
You're all terrible.
I'm unmuted. I'll go next. My name is Anniek. You can find me on Twitter at Anniekster. And today I played Antonia Janssen, the navigator who used to be a religious zealot until sin set in and I was cast from my order and I had to find a different way of life. However, I have since seen the true light and I reject the work of other saints and will work against them whenever I have the opportunity. You really should have stuck to St. Ash, guys. God, Antonia is such a bad person. I love her so much. What do I have? Well, I DM Uncaged on Wednesdays on Open for Adventure. I am also DMing a cute, wholesome, adorable, danger-free Ryutama game on Tuesday for Mayor Feather's birthday bash over there. And I'm leaning a little bit back into horror because I'm also on the Phasmophobia stream.
Yes.
Right after that one. So that should be fun. We're working on planning because time zones and dates and sorting players is hard. And after that, I will be, if we get it all done, running a whole bunch of games on Graham Cracker's channel for Indie Month, where we're playing everything but D&D. Because, you know, there's a lot of good shit like Sunken out there that should be tried. So there's Monster of the Week, and there's Bluebird's Bride, and there's Tiny Heist, and there's all kinds of weird shit. And we're gonna have a great time. I think that's pretty much it for now. Favorite moment. I was also going to go with double killing the child just because it was so brilliant how everyone's just the worst. But since that one's already taken, I'm going to have to go with feeding Verity to Lila. That was just, like, before that I was just hurting NPCs. But feeding one of my fellow players to a monster, like, bucket list item.
But
So
you
happy.
fed them to another player character.
Exactly.
So it balances out.
No NPCs involved. I made someone very happy with a meal. I fed the cook. How many people can say they fed the cook? This is all fine. But
I think you won. I unmuted myself, so I'll go next. Hi, I am Mindy. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Miss Mindykins. I stream Sundays. Oh, it's Sunday. Sundays and Wednesdays. This Sunday is actually my 1 year Twitch anniversary, so I'm having a graduation celebration tonight at 7:30 Eastern. And you can also find me playing D&D for the very exciting conclusion of Fates Chosen on Open for Adventure. We are wrapping up our campaign of 2 years. And we start that. That is on Mondays, 6:30 Central. That one's in Central Time. It's the same time. It's also 7:30 Eastern. It's fine. I know how time zone works. What just happened? Something just happened.
Huh?
I just heard. It's fine. I'm hearing things. Anyway, oh, I will also be playing a cat in Merefeather's birthday bonanza on Tuesday. I am super excited to play my delightful demon angel child, Bella. I'm just gonna scream the whole time. That's my plan. I mean, I don't know. Seems appropriate. But yeah, my favorite part was like all the surprising moments where I like realized how terrible we all were. Like, I'm sorry, Amalia, why are you stabbing the captain in the middle of chaos? This seems like maybe not the time. But that all of those little moments of, oh God, we're awful. Those were my favorite moments.
There were a lot of, oh God, we're awful moments. Hi, I'm Eva. This is my channel, which hopefully is no great, terrible surprise. Most Sundays I can be found over on O4A for Death's Keepers. We are taking today off. But this evening, back on this channel at 5 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, I'm not going to do time math. We are doing a one-shot. It's another Holiday Chaos charity fundraiser for St. Patrick's Day, benefiting Stand Up for Cancer. And I said Stand Up to Cancer, right? Stand Up to Cancer. And every other Saturday here for City of Shadows, which is a dark 5e urban campaign, and every Saturday for Horizon's Call, which is a slightly less terrifying and doom-filled, probably nautical campaign that's just started. And also for Pacific time, 6 a.m. on Mare's channel for Ryotama.
Yes, 6 a.m.
Yep.
Pacific.
Yep. I'm very excited.
So many alarms.
So many alarms. Thanks, Daylight Savings Time. And yeah, more to come. I have had scheduling issues, but more will be coming of some sort.
So does
my favorite part.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I forgot favorite part. Go ahead.
Sorry. My favorite part was this is like a 1-2 punch. It was the setup, the understanding of what was going on when I did that naturalist check on barnacles, and the follow-up stinger of the follow-through of these things adapting to whatever their hosts are. So seeing the bird-like ones on the Rizalka at the end, that was a very good, like, yeah, that additional horror of, oh, not, of course we're not going to contain it, but yeah. Yep.
My turn. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. First of all, thank you, Eva, for letting me host Sunken on your channel. It was a delight. Second of all, I also play on Open for Adventure. I am in the Saturday evening Numenera campaign, which is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are taking off this upcoming Saturday, but we'll be back on the 27th, I think. Yeah, the 27th. I also stream on my own channel. Just go to my Twitch and check out my schedule. I do usually like Sundays around this time, and Monday nights, and Saturday afternoons, which I also run an Invisible Sun campaign at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Tuesday, as everyone else mentioned, I will be running a birthday bash on my channel from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to midnight, benefiting JDRF International and the Barton Center for Diabetes Education. Yeah, that's gonna be a blast. We've got Ryutama, we've got Cats vs. the World, Phasmophobia, and a D&D 5e game where the average challenge rating of all parties involved is over CR20. And Goat's running it, so you know that's gonna be a clusterfuck. My favorite part was Lila callback, because Mindy's like, am I a Henton now? And I'm just like, do you want to come back as a Henton? And it was just really it was good. It was great. So A+ description on that. I think that's it. Eva, I think we're gonna go raid Sergei Composition. So everybody stay tuned while Eva gets the raid set up. Just stick around a couple seconds. I will be going to the stream ending screen. And everyone have a lovely, nice day, and give some love over to Chris over there. He is awesome. Bye.